Seems weird doing this. I mean, I trust the boys to do what's right and all. Are you writing down everything I say? Meatballs. Fish sticks. That pen's magic, ain't it? Huh. Alright. Let's start with Blackjack then. He's the one who'll really hate my ass if it comes to it. The keep, grounds, the lands and businesses. Everything we've built. It's his problem. I already was in most ways. Not that it needs being said, but whoever holds the reins has to make sure that the school and the shelter and the kitchen keep going. The tradesmen here are treated fair, and any egg or kid brought to our door can call this place home as long as they like. Other folk they can work out person to person, I figure. That's the deal. Oh, I mean, stuff? Yeah. My necklace, the one that lets you talk to folk elsewhere. He'll need it. And my sword. Give that to him, too. The way I remember it, it was him that won it back first in the beginning. He forgets he's as terrifying as the other boys. Ought to be a good fucking reminder. Yeah, speaking of reminders. Dagger, listen to your goddamn brothers. You're smarter than each of them, but you're not smarter than all of them together. If one of them doesn't like something, think twice. If more than one doesn't like it, it's probably a bad fucking idea. They're a good compass to keep in your pocket when you're not sure. You got all that? Right, so, rock cut. First off, if for some damn fool reason Blackjack fathers no kids, or refuses the claim, or gets himself killed sooner than later, it's Rockgood. He's the next in line. I don't care if some long-lost sister or son or whatever of Black Blade or Black Petal comes out of the woodworks later. I don't care if some assholes on the council want to raise hell about the last of Blackbait's blood being gone. Rockgood's my next heir. If it comes time, he'll have figured out how to handle things by then, and he's got his brothers behind him. Other stuff, right. Give him my belt. He'd have fun with that. And my bag. The magic one. I've been working on filling it with pretty river stones and bits of amber and foods from all the places we've been. Don't tell him that. It's meant to be a surprise. Just tell him not to dump it all out on the floor. Make a mess. Oh, and give him my pipe. You just can't buy pipes out of the pipe we've worked into the wood the way it gets when you smoke it yourself a couple of years. It tastes different. Anyway, I think he'd like that. Here's the thing you gotta write down, though. Rocket's the one who'll make any of the decisions that need to be made for little Star until she's grown. Her guardian, along with Wendy, in case there's ever any argument or something comes up. I know he'll take care of her. He loves that kid. And tell him I want him to hold on to my bow and quiver for her until she's ready for him. I think that's all for now. So, Brightcrest, then. First off, if I own any lacy underthings by the time I die, I want someone to go into my room, get the whole drawer, and just throw them all over the place in his room without him knowing. Give me one last laugh. Alright. I think you know the verse by now. If Blackjack and Rockcott have sired no kids, don't want it, yada yada, make Brightcrest do it. You know the drill. He's got a life that'll keep him far from home as often as not. But still. He can pass the torch or keep it, but it ought to be offered. Give them reins off my stupid moose for his next squire. Tell him I expect there to be one. And my cloak pin, the one that looks like a bear. Good odds he'll find himself in the south again, trying to make peace somewhere. He'll need it. And tell him to keep his eye out for the first snowfall. He'll know what that means. And the loom. One more time with feeling. If his older brothers leave no kids or pass the torch, a loom's on deck. It probably doesn't even need being said, but there's not a lot of blood ties around this place. I don't want folk getting the wrong idea. I don't care what ties Rockcut and Brightcrest might have with the Reds or the Silvers. If anyone else starts making claims, a loom's next in line. Plain and simple. And if my family decides to do something fancy with coffins and sermons or something horrible, make him sing something fun at it. None of this moaning and groaning bullshit people like to do with those things. If it's at church, the song ought to involve a barmaid with 3 tits or something good like that. Anyway, make sure he gets that crown Blackjack had made for me at the Tundra. He might even be able to pull it off. Gods know I can't. And tell him to take care of all the ash in the fireplace. Don't give me that look. I can give my brothers chores if I want. Not that any of them really need being told. One more note here, and it's kind of for all of them. I want our scouts to keep eyes on the north. Whatever's coming, we need to be ready. We need to make sure Landar's ready. I want our house to keep building towards the dream we have of a better home and a better Landar. Hell, with those boys, it might even happen. I think things get a bit simpler here on out. Let's see. Should try to make things sound more official, I guess. My brothers are to use the family coffers to make sure that Windy Skies, Star, and Lydia Tibbs are all forever protected and have all they ever need, now and into their elder years and always. Any families and children they have or claim are to be given a place within our house. And make a note somewhere that Windy is Star's other guardian, in case it ever comes up. She and Rocket have always done right by her. The Rumble family and all its descendants are to own their own home in our lands, have a place in our halls, and forever be seen as faithful friends, allies, and bannermen for so long as they wish. The Warforged in the service of the family of the Forged are to always have an honored and equal place here as friends and allies. Any friends, allies, and tradesmen or hired blades that work in the service of the house are to be given all the protection, honors, and fair pay that any of our men are due, regardless of where they hail from or which of the races of the man they might be. This protection is to include our captain of the guard, Barado, the priestess, Jubilee, and our Warforged allies, and any others who should work and live under our banner. The blacksmith, Allie, is to keep rights over her craft, and no further taxes or tithes asked of her that she doesn't agree to. Any foundlings and orphans or children brought by their families to the training hall here are to be looked after until they're of age. They're to be offered a place in the house as craftsmen, retainers, merchants, bannermen, and so on, as best fits their abilities. Once of age, if they choose a life elsewhere, they're to owe us no debt. There. I don't think that leaves a ton of room for argument. Oh, and can you write somewhere that I want Jubilee to have my armor? It's magicked up to the 9 hells, so it ought to fit her just fine. Yeah, that's almost it. Nearly done. Just one more. Fuck, I'm not even sure what to... Alright. Gredhall. He's to have a place in our house, if he wants it. And a home of his own here for him and any family he takes, and any kids he fathers, and all their line, so long as they wish. Maybe see if he'll take care of my stupid moose. Maybe take him back to the Bleakwood for me. The boys wouldn't know what to do with the animal. No, it's fine, just thinking. Here, give him this. The adamantine one with the brown stone and the anvil in it. In case they don't make him one. I want him to have mine. That ought to make things clear enough. There. Work up something official out of that and I'll look it over. I think we're done here for now.